And every time anybody mentioned film, they all kind of stopped and looked at Andrew. Film is kind of like a marginal area of the field of communication. And when I say film, I'm talking about all kinds of moving image media, including television, and including, to some extent, computer games. So it's very strange, I think, if you're trying to create a universal theory of how communication works and to leave film out of it. I mean, what's going on there? It's similar in a way. I hope, have already spotted that it's very similar to much older work like Barth and Metz, for example, on semiotics 50 years ago. And it has the same kinds of problems that I think they have, which is that multimodality theory has very little to say about how and why texts are or are not distributed, what audiences do with texts, or about what ideological or economic factors contribute to making texts the way they are. It's just about texts, as it were, on their own. And I think that's, there's a lot to criticise there. How am I doing with my English? Is it clear enough for you? You can follow. Anybody suffering? They're not going to say so, are they? Oh well. So let me just reiterate some of the problems here. Now, I think it's very interesting that multimodal theory people will say, well, all texts are multimodal. Absolutely everything is multimodal. I mean, that's multimodal, for example. You know, everything you can see is multimodal. But at the same time, they will tend to, from time to time, use the term multimodal texts. Well, if you're going to say there are multimodal texts, that must mean some texts are not multimodal. So it's confused thinking.